When do you want to break this mold in this cycle or become the best in your bloodline? Be the first one in your family to achieve something great. It's when you align mind, body, spirit. And that takes work as a man. Fortunately for us, time is kind to men. And lucky for women, nature is kind to them. So either gender that makes the right decisions, no matter how shitty society has gotten, will come out on top. Because most men today are completely lost. They're hardly men at all. Sorry, they're men in name. It's just males walking around. The average American male today is absolutely a joke. They come from broken homes where no father was present, raised by coddling parents, indoctrinated in a school system that pedestalizes women, told to hold in anything masculine in nature. Boys will be boys. Can't do that. Can't play cops and robbers. Can't have stick fights. Can't get hurt. Can't do anything boys used to do. Male spaces have all but disappeared. There's no gentlemen's clubs. There's no rites of passage. There's no coming of age. You don't know when you've become a man. We've infantilized our society to such an extreme extent that people are completely devoid of any consequences of their actions, especially females. And voila, you have a vast amount of men that sit at home and watch anime all day, play fucking video games all day, consume porn all day, have dead-end shitty jobs with no drive, no motivation, and no will to persevere. Their brains have completely rotted by the first three that I told you, so they can't even chase long-term goals or endure obstacles. The women have been pumped their ego so high that they think they deserve only the top percentile of man. And when they look at these, quote, average males walking around, they're invisible. They want nothing to do with them. They would technically rather be having mimosas with all the girlfriends than waste time talking to an invisible. We've essentially turned a huge portion of men into the invisible class of society. We shipped all our manufacturing jobs over to China, runaway inflation, jacked up housing market. We push the narrative that if you don't have a college degree, you're a loser. So men that go into trades, even they earn good money, they're still looked at as losers or looked down upon by women. You could be a plumber, you could be a welder making $250,000, $500,000 a year. You have your own business, and women will still pick the lawyer making 60 grand a year simply because his prestigious title. I'm dating a lawyer, because that's how we set up society to be. Men are in absolutely deep shit in the West today. There's a ton of external pressures on masculinity in men, yes, but there's also some internal issues that we have to work on amongst ourselves as men. Once you get past a certain age, man, it should be expected of you to start mending all your childhood trauma, to understand the way the world views you. You have no value as a man. You must create it. No one's coming to save you. You must self-improve. You must evolve and adapt, or society will leave you to die. You have to put in hard work and persevere as a man, and then your reward comes. Unfortunately, we're in such a feminized society that we've raised these boys that are coddled to death to be soft as baby shit. Because when you compare the life of the average male today to his grandfather or his great-grandfather, they would look at them and say that that's a woman right there. Basically a woman. At a certain point as a man, you've got to be accountable for your actions and where you end up in life. It's not an accident. You are exactly where you deserve to be based on all the moves you've made up until this point. Once you realize that, there's power in it, because you can begin to change your fate. Instead of ending up a lonely loser hermit where no bitches want to talk to you, you got no friends, no friend group, no brotherhood, no men respect you, nothing. Once you realize that, it's all in your two hands, you start to make the changes necessary to transform your life. It's just the propaganda is endless, man. It never stops. And it's unfortunate because it's almost like this division is being created on purpose because the people at the top are benefiting. Like, who owns the hill? I have no idea. But whoever okayed this article knows what they're doing. It's another fluff piece to shit on men. The women reading it are just going to roll their eyes and they're going to go, oh yes, I'm just going to stick with my career because men are such a pain. I'm not playing mommy to no dude that sits at home and plays Call of Duty all day. He does nothing and expects me to clean up and all stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you're catering to, and it's understandable, the economic titan in our society today. It's women. Women are the economic engine in society today. They far outclass men, which is why politicians, corporations, everybody is essentially sucking off women to try to appease them for every single thing. They're now the bulk spenders. Welcome to the new feminized world of the West, and it will only get worse. And there's only a small silver lining, which is if you do self-improve, if you separate yourself from the pack as a man, the pack is a joke today. If you just separate yourself a little bit, you will stand out like a sore thumb. Believe me. Very simple things you do with your life. Consume meat and fruits, drink only water, get good night's sleep, exercise every single day, whether it's the gym or running, read a ton of books. And once you start to do all these things, you begin to find your purpose as a man. And that's when you begin aligning the 3 pillars of manhood, your mind, body, and spirit. Once those 3 are all down the same path, that's when you will finally achieve happiness as a man. Until then, when they're going off in different directions, you're going to experience anxiety, you're going to experience depression, you're going to experience doubt, anger, rage. You're going to lash out, make bad decisions. You're going to dig yourself deeper in the holes you're in. You're going to consume the coping content material you're consuming right now that's stopping you from reaching your potential. Yada, 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 man. When do you want to break this mold in this cycle or become the best in your bloodline? Be the first one in your family to achieve something great. It's when you align mind, body, spirit. And that takes work as a man. Fortunately for us, time is kind to men. And lucky for women, nature is kind to them. So either gender that makes the right decisions, no matter how shitty society has gotten, will come out on top. We'll see you guys on the next one.